Dane, talk to me about the UVa-Wise job. What attracted you to the job on Wise campus?
Well, I wanted to be a head coach. There's no question about that. I'd been an assistant for 7 years, working for who I believe is one of the best men in the business in Dean Hood, old West Virginia Intercollegiate Athletic Conference guy at Glenville State there with Coach Rodriguez. But it was just intriguing to me. When it first came open, I absolutely had zero interest in it because I'd always heard about you couldn't get kids in school, they wouldn't support, they wouldn't do this, they wouldn't do that. And so, but after looking into it and talking to the athletic director, Danny Sterling, he laid out a good vision that that they understand where they've been and how they haven't supported the program, and they understand that they've got to do it now. And so, just the vision that he has for the football program, it intrigued me.
Somebody like me, a West Virginia native that had never been on Wise's campus, I have to say the first time I went down there, I was blown away by the facilities, by the town. Everybody I talk to down there says that it's for lack of a better term, it's sleeping giant. I mean, the possibilities are really endless with the recruiting area and with the facilities.
Oh, I don't think there's any question. I had never been on the campus at Wise. I'm from northeastern Kentucky, Grayson, Kentucky, and it's about 2.5 hours up 23 from Wise, and so I had been down Route 23 a whole lot. So I'm very familiar with the area, not the campus, but I knew that there had been some success at Wise when they were an NAIA program. I had a chance to play against them. My first game as the head coach at Kentucky Christian was against UVA-Wise, and every time I see Coach Walsham on campus, I thank you for not hanging 80 on us when he could have, because they were really good that year. But I don't think there's any question when someone comes to Wise for the first time and they see our facilities, they will be blown away. And it's not just our football facilities, our convocation center, our baseball stadium. We've got some very nice facilities. But if you're going to be good at anything, you've got to have support from the top. And I think that's what's been lacking. And to Chancellor Henry's credit, I think she understands that now and putting the stuff that needs to be put in place to give us a chance. And that's all you ask for, is a chance. If you can go out there and be on equal footing with the teams that you're playing, you feel like you got a chance, and let's strap it up and play.
You have history in the West Virginia Conference. Obviously, the Mountain East Conference is a little bit different, but the nuts and bolts of it is still the WVIUC. Kind of connect from when you were with Coach Rod to where you are now in terms of what you know about the league.
Well, I wasn't with Coach Rod. I worked with a guy that worked for Coach Rod, but I'm very familiar with the league growing up where I did. All the news coverage I had was from Huntington and Charleston as a kid, and so very familiar with the league. And I was telling the head coach from Shepherd there, I asked him if he remembered playing Georgetown College in 1991. He goes, "Yeah, that's a great game." I said, "Well, I was a quarterback on that Georgetown team." He said, "Oh, you're dating me now." I said, "Yeah, but that was one heck of a football game." So have followed it, being a college football fan and being where I'm from, understand where the league has come from and to where it is, and I don't think there's any doubt that from top to bottom it's as good as any Division II league there is. And with what Reed has laid out and what he wants to do with this conference, I think the better days are ahead. I just hope that we're not always down there at 10 or 11.
Finally, how much progression, realistically, you mentioned that you built a program from the ground up, and certainly you're in a better starting spot here, but how much progression can you make in 1 year?
Well, I think it's just changing culture. I think coaches a lot of times, God, you got to change the culture, you got to do this, and people say, well, that's just coach speak. Well, that's just coach speak because that's what coaches got to do. And we've got to change the culture. There's no question. And I think Wise has had a lot of young men who like to say that they want to win, but it's easy to say you want to win, but are you willing to work to win? And so I know there's not been much success, so they've had to look for things outside of Saturdays to measure their success by and to try to get their self-worth with football. I think the scoreboard's the biggest liar, and there's no doubt about it, because I think we could go out this year and be 2-9 and be so much better than we were in the year before, because all we're going to ask is just go out there and lay it on the line for us. There's no question about that, because as I said, we know where we are. Somebody asked me how spring practice went. I said we went from really bad to bad, but at least we're trending. And that's what it is. And so the kids just gotta buy into what we're selling. It is going to be a process, but I knew that when I took the job. There's only two kind of jobs that come open: ones that are really good because people left to take another job, and really bad ones. Well, I'm not getting the first one. Some will get the second type, but that's my job and my staff's job, who I have an unbelievable staff. It's my job to turn it into that first category, and that's what we're going to do. It's going to take time. There's no doubt about it, but we're going to put our nose to the grindstone every day, and we're going to have fun doing it. Got it? Thank you.